of this week, what is something that made sense to you more today than it has in your past? It could be life relation. It could be,
What has made more sense?
yeah, what has made more sense to you. So like Sunday, something that you could bring to you on a fresh start Monday. What made sense to you at the end of this week more? What made more sense to you at the end of this week that you can, start off fresh and better with Monday starting off?
Mm, I don't really think too much made a lot of sense, to be honest with you. In my
Why
world,
is that?
just cause shit, you gotta. This ain't my idea of what I want to live like. So shit, ain't shit really made sense. Um,
Like,
you 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 get up, you go to work, go back home, take a shower, eat, sleep, wake back up, do the same thing.
so you do those things knowing that they don't make sense to you still, and you still do it.
Everybody does them.
Okay. So you do what everybody else do.
No, I don't do what everybody else do.
Okay.
But everybody in this system is doing what everybody's forced to do to make a living. If you don't, what are you doing?
Okay. So to my perspective on the ending of the week, what I mean by that is, wait, let me do this.
Hmm?
I feel the water coming up here a little higher. I said, but what makes sense to me is, let me do this right here. That I don't know, like today at church, it was a message on like like just fight harder. It was a message on having more confidence and stuff like that. So I felt like at the end of this week, that I learned that I can be more confident in myself. I learned that also, everybody says everything about everybody. A lot of people struggle on things. A lot of people make the best out of things. Some people still find reasons to have life treat them the way they treat it. But I just feel like in order for me to get to where I need to get at, I have to solely just focus on myself. So for me, it's confidence. I got to focus on building that inner me back up. Whether that's like the childlike me, whether that's the speak up when you feel like somebody's bullying you, me, or whatever the case may be. I need to bring that up more. So starting Monday, any experiences that I feel that this is a chance for me to have a challenge in my confidence, I'm gonna take a step towards that. Because if I don't, then I'm gonna be doing what everybody else doing. And even though everybody got to die, that's inevitable. Everybody has to eat and drink and everything like that, to be able to survive. Okay, that's inevitable. Ain't no way past that. But that doesn't mean I have to do it continuously as much as everybody else is. That doesn't
Fact.
mean I have to do it,
That's fact.
like just I mean I get that we all like it's kind of like that same difference concept. I get that we all human beings, but that don't mean we have to do the same thing too. Like we already the same human. That don't mean we can't do different things as well. That's what I mean by like
Fact.
what did you what from the ending of this week, trials, tribulations, and stuff like that. What did you learn from it that will help your week next week start off better? Because if not,
Just being positive, which I already know, but that's what I do. I just be positive until shit. I mean, till like something change. I'm just trying to make a positive change. Just taking steps in that direction. For real. To be honest,
but why is that? Like, why are you taking,
cause I done seen what positive can do. Being positive can do.
even though it takes
Is that
longer?
yeah? You gotta be patient. Patience is the key.
So now that you know what I meant by that question, you 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 saying yours at the end of this week is be more positive for next week starting off. Is that your
every
answer?
day. Yeah,
Every
just
day.
every day.
So
Period.
I'm saying from this weekend though, like this weekend is passing, this Sunday.
Mm.
What started from Monday that this that passed, all the way until today? What did you feel like you learned that you can do better at or
Just
focus more at?
just pushing myself to do stuff and not wait on it, but also be patient. But at the same time, you can't just sit back and like I guess just be more active on stuff that hit your mind. I guess you know what I'm saying. That you say you gonna do. Be more active on that.
Yeah.
That's what I've been trying to do. Like if I have a phone call to make or a appointment, I'm active on it. Like I'm gonna make sure I'm on point. Like just staying focused on that type of stuff. Like getting your car, if you know you got to get your tires fixed, go ahead and get them. But I have been slacking on that type
Yeah,
of
yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
Like
No.
taking care of your responsibilities on
But
point,
why?
like
Why?
type.
Okay, I feel like we all have slacked to a certain degree on a good bit of things, right? And here I am bringing all in too. But just
Yeah,
as an example for this question, do you feel like if we had more familiars around us doing more active things or the more happy things that we used to do before we became adults and start taking life more seriously, do you think if we had more fighters around us, more motivators around us, that we knew that would help us get there better, instead of like moving to a different
I
city.
feel like it's too late for that. Nah, we supposed to have that when we were younger, but at this point, I feel like you gotta be your own motivator, regardless. You don't need to see nobody. You just gotta be your own motivator, or I mean, yeah, you just gotta be your own motivator, bro. Cause ain't nobody gon' you know what I'm saying. You gotta do it yourself.
But we also, like we need each other
Fact. Yeah. So
I
yeah,
mean,
you
yeah.
you got a point, but it's like,
Okay, so like
um,
in, in,
um,
in, in church today, they were speaking on fighting mode, and they were speaking on, like just
that boy down to who you surround yourself with
yeah,
too.
yeah, yeah,
If you want to see more people that successful
yeah,
or doing, you just gotta put yourself in them places and stop. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah, yeah. I agree. I agree.
I feel like that's what that means, though.
Yeah. I miss the concept of the villages. Like when they say it takes a village,
Oh
to
yeah.
get everybody right. I wish that more people in the community would have actions towards that hidden positivity that I know everybody has. I feel like everybody thinks positive, but I just feel like it's so superficial these days to the point where it's like a quick high. Oh yeah, I could be great, boom, this and that. And then they find out, like they $2 behind on rent, or $20 behind, or the gas, or something. And then all that's going boom, it's going out their head. I don't know. I wish we had more belief, in ourselves for
Why you
each
think
other.
it's that though? 'Cause it's hard to believe in this world. A lot of people. I mean, you can make it so far, but you like, I mean, I don't want to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But it's only so far you can get.
yeah. But with that being
So some
said,
people just like they just want to live how they want to live.
yeah.
Like,
But
you
if
know what
you,
I'm saying?
yeah, I definitely get that. Everybody's different and stuff like that. But what I'm saying is, if you saying it's only so far you can go, right? It's only so far you can go. Then that means it could be like an infinity amount of distance that you can go. But if we saying it's only so far you can go, and we stopping it at right where this water touch at, then you really ain't thinking that far. Yeah, I mean it's the choice of that person's mindset.
Yeah, facts.
Because everything that was created was somebody saying that's too far going, or that's too far
Mm-hmm.
fetched, or you shouldn't do that. You from
Yeah.
Chiefland, you from Bronson, you from such and such. Man, you got kids, don't got kids. Man, you been to
But you don't
jail.
see nobody from here really go far. So is it possible to a lot of people?
So that's what I'm saying. So, yeah,
It's like, is it possible to a lot of people because you don't see it often,
that's real.
and it's almost like, damn, am I insane? Cause I'm steady pushing for. I'm
That's
steady
real.
pushing.
Hey, that's
I'm
real.
steady pushing for something and I ain't getting no results. But that's where you just gotta be patient. You just gotta believe.
Yeah,
Simple as that.
yeah. Like
That's why you can't worry about what nobody else think.
yeah,
It's
I
just
agree.
it's up to you.
I agree. And would you say,
But there's some people living out here, boy. We
yeah,
looking at it right now.
yeah.
It's people living.
Would you say,
You can make it. You man, that
yeah, you're right, you're right. Would you say that people's beliefs sometimes can more so be down than it is up, and the things that they, want to accomplish or just be. It may not even be like
can it be
successful.
what?
Do you feel like their belief is more so down than it is up? Like, do you feel like,
Yeah,
yeah, like you feel like we lack
yeah,
in belief?
yeah,
You feel like God is in relations to that?
yeah. A lot of people ain't in tune. Really don't know God.
You feel like family is
If
in
you
relationship?
know God, you kind of like you gonna have that faith.
Yeah,
Like regardless, that what faith is. It's the same thing. Even if you don't see it, you still you believing in it.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So that's why some people, a lot of people that they look at like, oh, they dreaming or they praying for something
yeah,
and they ain't never getting. But what you mean is the same thing.
yeah, 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 yeah,
What
yeah,
you that why
yeah,
people? I
yeah,
don't know. I
yeah.
feel. I don't
This
know.
is this is blind faith. Yeah, yeah. What we
But
doing right now is having faith in what we doing, and a
yeah,
lot of people could be doing this,
but
but it's literally like Nike. You just got to just do it. It's just something that we thought of, like, man, we can do this in simple. We ain't got to have this together and everything. And get it right there. Rather this boom or don't hit. If this don't hit 1 million, it's already won. You feel me? So
it's up.
it ain't gonna do nothing but go up from here, no matter
Yeah.
how long it stays. So that's how I see it. It ain't even about the views. It's about the message to me. I always want to keep this,
Facts, facts.
yeah, I always want to keep this, even though, like it's like the first real goal on pushing this. Like for myself, I want to always keep this as like natural as possible. Like I was even catching myself, like not paying attention to this as I'm just doing this camera thing. It's like it got me stuck here. I don't want to be like that. I want to know what I'm doing, but also know my purpose. My purpose is to be as fruitful as I can while also being myself. So I also want to enjoy certain things about life and everything like that. I don't want to get too lost, too lost into, other people's opinions or too lost into certain structures of the world. If you do this, you got to do it like this, or you got to be like
So
this.
let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
So if you don't make it, you happen not to do what you set out to do.
Yeah.
How are you gonna accept that?
Okay, so
If you don't set out to do what you was set out to, if you don't make it, are you gonna be able to accept that?
yes, because I feel like as long as I got strong belief and I
And
know,
what? No, my bad. Go
yeah,
ahead,
you good,
finish. Nah, cause finish. I need
yeah,
to. Yeah, hear
yeah.
what you.
I
Yeah,
feel like
finish.
as long as I got strong belief in what I'm doing, to me, okay, so I feel like to a certain extent, I didn't want to pass away, whenever I was younger. But I felt like, there was so many kids and babies and stuff around the world, that was passing away. So like, how can I think like that of myself? That's real selfish. So the same concept with like being successful. Like I want to make it. My pops wanted to make it. They said Colonel Sanders didn't make it till he was like 67 years old. My pops, 67, he's still trying to make it. People probably said when he was 20 some years old that he don't, he should give up, or man, he having that fairy tale dream that we talking about from our minds is how people, ordinary people think ordinarily,
Mm-hmm.
extraordinary people think extraordinarily. That's just how things go.
Facts.
But so whenever I see him still striving for that, knowing that he know for himself, like hey, he ain't gonna live here forever, but he's still going for that with his chest out, then I feel like that's something better at going out for than giving up and just living how everybody else living. You know, the 9 to 5, et cetera, et cetera. And as long as I can pass some of that on to my kids, positivity, you, somebody else, some type of way, I'm low key still living. And I ain't saying in my spiritual form, if somebody don't know me make it, then I made it too. Nah, you know, I don't care about making it to a certain way. You know, I just care about helping a person, you know, like
Mm-hmm.
just be better, just feel
Okay.
better. I feel like that also creates them to just move forward with a purpose. I just
Yeah.
like progress.
Create a legacy,
Yeah,
a
that's that.
spiritual
Yeah, that's
legacy.
it.
It
I don't
just
that
keep
you know
going.
that right there. That's man. That's
It's all that
everything.
matter.
Yeah, that's everything to me. I want to go to heaven. You know, I pray that it is what people talking about going to because if this is all we got,
Do you feel like time running out?
I feel like it ain't going back down. You know, I feel like time ain't gonna reverse. You know, so I feel like it's going somewhere. I don't want to say like it's going up or down, but I feel like we aging for a reason, and we going with time. You know, so
Is
yeah,
it weird? It feel weird.
aging.
Just all of this right now. This
It does. It feel. Sometimes it feel like the Matrix. Sometimes it feel like the Matrix. Sometimes it feel like deja vu. You know,
like
like
we
like
ain't,
like reincarnated. You know, like I felt this before. Like maybe not major,
this shit
but
feel like a cartoon damn near to me. Like I don't know what
I
the hell,
felt
bro. What?
I felt this before.
Like I was just talking to one of my other dogs. Man, he was just like, bro, we the same people, bro. Like we still the same people. We just it just done change. Like I don't know. It's like, but bro, I want to be. I don't know. I love this area, but it's like I don't want to be trapped here. You feel me? It's like they got it in a goddamn. They got us trapped in. And I'm
When
starting to look at this stuff like
when you
it's like
say
a
they though,
video game,
yeah, when
kind
you
of like
say
it's
yeah,
crazy to me, man.
when you say they though, do I know who you thinking is they? Cause I don't know how hard we want to push this.
The
Yeah,
people who run,
yeah, okay,
the people
cool.
who run
Yeah,
it,
yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay,
people
cool.
who run the world. You don't
Yeah,
want what you mean? You don't know how hard we want to push it,
yeah.
cause
Cause I'm saying yeah, I want to make sure we on the same
yeah,
understanding. Yeah, cause
yeah,
people.
for sure,
Yeah,
for
yeah, I
sure.
feel that.
But
I feel
yeah,
that way.
it's
I
like
feel
they
like
got this.
that's the
It's
resilience that we have lost. I feel like back then, you
all
know,
we
people
doing
was
is
getting everything. You know, they was getting took advantage of. They was getting their limbs cut off. But they were still being resilient in their belief and everything like that. I feel like we losing that, and we kind of not even kind of. We have like I ain't gonna say we lost it, but we are strongly losing our own state of mind
yes,
because
yes,
we
agreed.
feel like what they are saying to us in so many different manners. I'll say like through social media, what they're saying to us through music, movies, TV shows, etc., etc.
Even with the
It
music, yeah, go
yeah,
ahead.
it seems more true because they hearing it in so many different forms instead of them hearing it from like daddy, mama, or like a family member. All those are the same people, no matter if they're a sibling or daddy or mama, grandma, whatever the case may be. A person feels like they all in the same cahoots together. But if they hear from different music from a different rapper or a different actor, and they all, then it must be true. We losing that, like what's real and what's not real, and that's that God thing again. Because the disrespect is out the window. You know, the structure is nowhere. The structure now is victimizing. Anything you try to put in line, you victimizing something or you being controlling something negative. A person gonna see it. We are so weak. We are so weak. And maybe that's another reason why the village can't come together. Because one side weaker than the other side. And the side that's strong can't motivate the other side because they're going to take it defensively. And which is going to make the other side that's strong become weak because they trying to spend so much time explaining to the other side where they ain't trying to belittle them but uplift them. Time steady going.
Crazy.
We just hearing each other so much. We ain't listening. You know, like we went to the Springs today, and I was telling my lady that I remember when you go to the Springs and you seen people doing so many flips and swimming and everything was just so cool. Now it's like everything is like a watch place. Everybody's there just to analyze other people, just to see what they doing. You know what you wearing, or is this person body look nice, or can they swim? And then as soon as you trip, stump your toe, run into a bush that you ain't see because you was trying to hit the
Praying on your
baby.
downfall.
That's it. They laughing.
Yeah,
They praying on your downfall.
that's a
So like,
lot. That's what's going on in a lot of things right now. Right now, praying on your downfall. Shh. Mm.
when you think about that concept, brother, praying, even if they not, because I feel like a lot of people kind of go to like a literal sense, but I feel like literal and spiritual can have relations too, because literal could be like physical, but I feel like if you know that your brain is more so in a negative mindset pattern, then you manifest these things naturally. Then you spiritually are praying on this person for something bad to happen to this person because that's all you look for. Like a person saying like, "Hey man, you heard what happened to Primetime today?" And they go like, "Oh man, what happened? He got shot. He went to jail." But it's like, man, you could have won the lottery, or like somebody could have like bought you a whole
Oh
house for three
more.
hundred thousand dollars. But that's just how they. And if you said like, "Nah man, but why you thought like that?" They wouldn't tell you why they thought like that because they know either consciously or subconsciously like, man, that was kind of like a negative way for me to think so quickly.
Do you think it got something to do with an image, or is that just they negative way of thinking, or do
I
I
feel
put that image? What is it? The person putting that image out there that he might have got shot or something like that, or why you think it's so that people would go straight
I
to
feel like this
oh
is a
he
great
get
question.
or he or something negative?
I
Why it
feel
can't
like
be
it's
something?
the
Why it couldn't be
person's
nothing good?
I feel like it's the person's actions too that could make a person think something happened to them in that quantum field. But I also feel like it's that person's like self energy
You
that makes them think that of themselves. You know, something happened to me, people will probably think I protected my family, for something like that happened, or probably happened in the gym or at work or something like that, security wise. They wouldn't think like Major got shot at the trap house or something like that because they don't.
you knowing me though? Do
Go ahead.
I in the midst of knowing me for the let's say the last 3 years, do I give off that? Why would somebody? Yeah, you feel me? That somebody would think that
I think that we
because I go to
don't
work.
see from so many point of views. We cannot see from so many point of views that other people may see sight wise or visionarily.
I don't be
You
in no
know, I
trap
get
house.
that, but I'm saying you asking me about like, no, I don't see that in you. But the reason why people may see that in you is
They think
because that's their own train of thought. So that's how they try to envision things.
yeah.
But that's the same thing. It's like praying on people's downfall. But we also can't be, like to a certain extent, we know we're concerned about people, right? The people that look down at us, we wonder like why they do that or why they ain't supporting us or certain things we concerned about. That show us that we need each other. But I feel like that's also a person's train of thought about you, about themselves. So if a person is thinking of you negatively and you haven't shown any negative traits, check yourself to try to figure like okay, could I have been like at a certain place? It may not have been 5 days or 5 minutes that you was there, but if you was there, they say you give them an inch, they'll take a mile with it. So if you gave them an inch of any type of clueless, which we can't hide everything,
Yeah,
if
I
you
get
did,
what you're saying.
then they gon' it don't matter what you say. You can be like, no, I didn't mean it that way. They gonna get at and they gonna run.
Mm-hmm.
Like they gon' I mean, that's just
I
how
get
it
what you
is.
yeah.
No matter what
Facts.
you going through. I thought about Friday, whenever what is Smokey,
Mm-hmm.
whenever he was pooping, and he said, "Don't tell nobody. That was his own private business." But the dude was like, "All right," and then
Ezel.
he just blurted out, "Boom, he
I
out here doing
don't
this
know if
type of
he.
stuff." You see what I'm saying? And then he's like, "I ain't gonna tell nobody else." That's in his nature to just blurt that out. Rather, it's this man like had something personal going on. This man got locked outside the house, and like this wasn't something. But to him, he didn't understand that. So
Hey,
yeah, you see what I'm saying?
everybody
All
smoking around
he
here
did
taking.
was okay. Hold on. I need to go ahead and tell people because this is what I do.
Lord,
You see what I'm saying?
yeah,
So that's just how people
classic.
is. Like, yeah, they may see you at the store talking to a person that they already judging, and then they automatically put you in that quantum field.
Yeah,
That's just how it is. People, people love. They love. What is it called? What is it called? Suspense. They love for like things to be dramatic.
for
Positivity and
sure,
stuff like
for
that, it
sure.
seems too slow, too boring to them. They like adrenaline, they like for stuff to go bad in your life and
Mm-hmm.
never to talk about their life, but only your life, like
Facts.
that's how we is right now. And probably being we just got louder a lot of a lot of worse ways than better ways. We don't we don't care for that. Like if a person that checks you in that negative way got checked in a positive way, if they say like, dang, oh I heard this happened to Reg and that didn't happen to him, and you say and started to say like, well why would you think that? They would hate being questioned about their negative assumption on you. And they wouldn't even think to themselves like, why did I think like that?
Yeah.
Can't get right. Some people just it just don't register to them.
Mm, it's facts.
That's
Mm-mm-mm.
why I try to also come out here to the nature, man, because it's like I can relate one for the peacefulness and living in the city or driving to the city doing I feel like it got to be stressful to a lot of people, you know, because that superficial thing again, it consumes you. We have so many things that's consuming us from reality. Me and my son tried to watch the that Deadpool movie that came out what it was maybe like last year or so. And the first 10 minutes of the movie, it's like this man kept saying like ain't no work phrases. Like everything was like he was saying some stuff like boy on boy type of stuff, and it was like what? And it's like I can't say like hey close your ears. How you do that? You can put your hands over your ears, but you still gonna hear. When I was younger, my mom used to say like put your hand over your eyes and stuff like that. And when we start getting older, sometimes we start opening up our fingers and stuff to try to to try
Facts.
to try to look and see what mama was trying to stop from us.
I know
And
I
it
did.
was people kissing. And then once I opened up my fingers and seen people kissing, it was like, hold on, why was they kissing? And then my brain started going like deeper and deeper into it, like all that we we losing. Like all that we losing because everything is out there. You can't hide nothing from your kids, man. Back in the day to watch twerking, we used to watch Uncut. Uncut came on at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. And
Yep.
it was like a 15, 20 minute little TV, little music videos and stuff like that. Now, my son 12, he know how to create females. Kids out here with Yahoos and everything like that. And man, at 9
Media
years old,
babies.
yeah. It's like, you said media babies.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that what they call them.
yeah.
Media babies. Anything that's in this new generation, that's what they gonna be. Media babies. It's gonna be a lot of. They gonna grow up on the virtual world.
And that's what comes to taking the village again. Because, if you got kids,
Yeah.
it seems very rare that it's a strong belief balance on both ends for the better good. It seems like one person belief is stronger than the other, or one person got belief and the other does not at all.
Do
But
you think it can go back to the old ways? Like
certainly
how we
not.
grew, how everything, like how the '90s felt and stuff. Do you think it can ever feel like that again?
What do you mean exactly?
Like just how it was, how everybody was raised up. Like it's weird now.
I feel like Morgan Freeman. Morgan Freeman
Food was
said,
good.
yeah, yeah, oh man.
People were happier.
Yeah, Yeah. So I feel like we are God's creators. We are God's creators, creatures and stuff like that. We are
We
God.
done messed up too bad
No,
as a
I ain't gonna
whole.
say that. I ain't gonna say we messed up too bad. But I feel like we can adapt and change if we believe we can. You know, like people that do parkour and skates and stuff like that, they be breaking their ankle, their meniscus, elbows, everything. 2 or 3 months later,
And they
when they
still
believe,
back,
they
yeah,
right back
right
doing it
back
again.
doing it.
Yeah, resiliently. I
Yeah,
feel like if we had that resilient, I miss my family. I want to eat healthy. I want to get everybody back together, cookouts, family. Boom. If we had that together as the village, then yeah.
yeah,
But
that's
but
facts. That's a
but
nice
we have
analogy. Yeah,
so
that's
many
facts. How
things. You
you
see what
put,
I'm
yeah.
saying? You know, like even myself, I catch myself, getting up in the morning within 20 minutes, 10 minutes, I already gonna check my phone. And then, like
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to find music for the day. Well, besides like being with self, like thanking
Fact.
God I do, but being with self after that, I don't do much of, which I got to do much of. But it's just so many things that you feel obligated to do these days that are not right for you. Like
Yeah.
back in the day, they used to be like, bro, you heard that new Boosie track? You like, hold on, wait, what? You talking about the such one? They like, nah, man, that came out 2 or 3 months ago. It's a such man, get on
Yeah,
there.
attention span
And
so small
and we felt
and
like, man, I gotta
everything
hurry
got
up
it.
and get on that new Boosie track just because they said it. So it's kind of like that. Like, yeah, we can get life back together, but we got phones in our face. We got
We
everybody's
so quick
worries.
to hear trauma,
Yeah, we
cause
got.
most
I
of
was
that
just about to
stuff
say
is
that. We got
trauma.
everybody's
We so
worries
quick to
and
want to relate
deaths.
to it.
Yeah, we got everybody's worries and deaths on social media in our world.
Transferring
Like,
they energy
yeah,
straight to us. Really, we
yeah,
don't. You
like
know,
it
what I'm saying?
matters
It
so
might get
much.
that deep though.
Yeah, like it matters so much to us. And I ain't saying what does or doesn't matter, but I feel like we all know if we didn't have so much time worrying about other people and doing other things, we'll be able to focus on ourselves more. So I feel like that's the only reason that's stopping us from getting together, getting on to the youth. We are so distracted. Like Tupac said, babies having babies. So it's like the babies having babies, so how can they focus on the babies? They still trying to raise themselves. Or you don't know if they still trying to find a man or the right man or get money or do overtime at work just because they trying to, buy their kids because they're a single parent, et cetera, et cetera. Like, it's just so much stuff that people can see why we need each other, but their pride or ego is causing them to still be so arrogant or,
Everybody in competition. Want to be big dog.
yeah, everybody.
Like everybody fighting to be the number one man type of deal.
It's like,
Not knowing, but the number one man always he expand. You know what I'm saying? His wealth or whatever it
yeah.
is. You know what I'm saying? His knowledge. You don't just. You know what I'm saying?
What you
But
feel like got us
everybody
into
wanna,
that?
huh?
What you feel like got us into that? Okay, so like, okay,
The
I'm not,
the women. Everybody want.
okay,
I
so
feel
okay,
like
besides
women.
women, I'm athletic. I'm not an athlete, right? You the athlete. So I know competitiveness was in you when you was, playing sports real heavily every day and everything like that. But what made it take over every other meaning in sports, and that comes to life relations as well. Like what happened to like, man, bro, I can dunk on you. Like, man, I'm better than you. And if I seen you fall, sportsman like was still there. I'ma still come pick you up. They barely doing that. When you make one mistake, even kids these days, their emotions are in sports. They want to be perfect. They want to do everything right, and it's like we forgetting about the mental and the emotion that comes with this that also plays a real big part in their life characteristics outside of that. They say
Facts.
they say the same thing. Okay, I see you at church. You fair weather and you speak to everybody at church. You so happy to speak. But if I see you at Walmart outside the church, you won't speak to me. So same thing. Sports, you seem like a good player, but who is your character outside the field, outside, the court, etc. Like that. Like that's what we are lacking to pay attention to. I feel like that's what caused us to feel like it's not so important to focus on. Only
That's
because,
because I feel like a lot of that has to do with a father not being in that particular child's life, and it's
to
probably
teach them
to
how
teach them, yeah, those
the
traits and character. Because the mamas ain't,
yeah,
the mamas really I mean, they I ain't gonna say they bad parenting
Yeah,
or nothing, but they not gonna instill the same qualities that a
yeah,
man has
I
that he
agree.
knows that
Yeah,
you need
it's
it.
supposed to be
You know what
different.
I'm saying?
Yeah, it's supposed to be different.
You
I
know,
feel like a woman.
some are. I
Yeah,
can't
yeah,
say every woman. I
yeah,
ain't gonna
yeah,
say every
nothing. Yeah, and
woman,
that goes to
but
last
because
night what
there's
I was
some women
saying.
that understand that.
That goes to last night what I'm saying. Nothing is absolute. Like nothing is one way. So I definitely get that you ain't saying everybody. You know, they all the same, etc. But I feel like the father has his role, and he has to allow the mother to have her role. That's that
Yes, facts.
balance, and vice versa. So I feel like it
Mandatory.
is it
That's
is that because if she can't control her emotions, then she gonna teach the wrong things.
yeah.
And if he can't get his mindset in check, he gonna teach the wrong things. That's why I feel like a lot of people are lacking in the world because once again they not focused on self. So you saying the mothers can have a lot on their plate to have them kind of misguiding the kids, but I'm only speaking on this question because do you feel like that is where we have became so competitive from? Because that was the question. You know, I asked you where you
What
came
from?
from when you said we are in competition with each other, and I said, well, I know you got relations to that because you're an athlete, and I know it's in sports, but how did it change? Why do you feel like we are so competitive besides just women? You know, it's clothes, it's music, it's your height, it's your skin complexion now. The car you driving, the house, the chewing gum, everything.
Honestly, I can't. I don't understand why because I'm not that way. I'm not in competition with no one. I don't. You feel me? But I always been. You right. I've been. I don't know if it stems from people playing sports or whatnot.
Yeah. But I'm
But
saying
like,
I'm only asking you because you're an athlete. So I'm not saying it comes
mhm.
from sports, but I'm saying if you already know it was in you and it didn't consume you, why didn't it consume you so I can maybe understand more of why it's consuming other people. Like,
Oh,
would
cause
you
I
simply
grew up
say it's
in.
because you're strong, you got a
I grew.
strong mindset?
No, I grew up in church, and I was always taught about envy and things of that nature. Yeah, I grew up early learning about those type of things, and I tried to never do that, not envy no one for what they have, no nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what's on their plate and what they got. I'm not jealous or envious of you, and I know people have. I ain't gonna say I haven't had those traits in the past, but as I grew older, I've learned to like leave those things. That's not. I don't have them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Them qualities, envy and all that. Cause what you eat don't make me.
yeah,
You
yeah,
know what I'm
yeah, yeah. I
saying?
agree.
And yeah, just like that.
So,
Like,
and then that makes me think back to, like the villages of why we so distracted and stuff like that.
but I don't know why. I don't know why people don't think like that
Yeah.
and think like, dang, I got to be in
But
competition
do
with
you
this
feel like
man. I
some of
got
that
to
stuff
have
is?
more
Do
than
you?
him.
But do
Cause
you?
some people just don't have certain traits as other people.
Yeah.
So it got to be like.
But that don't mean they can't get those traits.
Nah, they can't because it's not them. It's not natural. Some people do this, wake up with this type of stuff,
That's
and
true.
can you just do this natural? You may think a dude got on a $200, three, four, $5,000 outfit, but in all reality, he done went in Ross and TJ Maxx and
Yeah.
then put this together because he just know what he doing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
so it's just not in certain people, and they can't do certain things.
That's right. I understand
Like, I don't know, and then it come down to a lot of it come down to women. I guess I don't know,
that. Yeah.
cause that's my only thing. Why would you be in competition with another man? Like,
Yeah.
is the you fighting for another? And
Yeah,
I
yeah,
can't
yeah.
say you wrong, cause
Yeah,
back in the
yeah,
day,
yeah,
like
yeah. Yeah.
Love
I'm just trying
Jones
to
and
understand it.
all them
Yeah, yeah.
niggas competed
Yeah.
with niggas about women
Yeah.
and stuff like.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Excuse
yeah.
my language. People guys competed with they even with their homeboys.
Yeah.
It was no problem. It wasn't no kill
Yeah,
you
yeah, yeah, yeah.
cause you. And I remember when me and my homeboy back in the day, one of my homeboys, my close friends, still to this day, I had this girl, you know of her back in the day, middle
Yeah.
school,
Yeah.
you know. So before I end up getting her or dating her, me and him, we used to compete for her, and we
Yeah.
didn't. It would, you know what I'm saying? It
Yeah.
was just like he up. We went on a field trip. He getting behind her, helping her shoot pool
Yeah.
and things like that. And he looking at me, winking his eye and stuff like that. This my boy, so you know we competing like trying to be the coolest guy. So.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying. So I don't. It come from stuff like that, but then it just changed and people get now. It's like, oh, now I got to be macho.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
I it just
When you
if
said that,
you know what I'm
when you
saying.
said that, I said because it was all fun and games in my head. Now it ain't fun.
Yeah, it ain't
Yeah,
fun
and the
now.
game ain't no game no more. It's reality, and they taking it very serious.
Yeah.
Those reality shows are those are subliminally people's reality. Like people are doing those things in those TV shows. That you see ghetto shows. Hip hop shows and stuff like that. People they watching that. I feel
Because
like
it's seen all over TV, and the whole image is like
and they like boring.
everybody gotta have
Yeah,
money and
yeah,
have this and that
yeah.
to
It's
get this
literally
type of woman or
yeah.
get this type of that, and it just cause all type of, you know what I'm saying. So people,
Human beings are
I
visual
don't know,
seekers. Is
man. It's
what
like
I just said in my head, right?
facts, cause that's
And
why the internet is there. Everybody looking,
we
we
have
looking, searching for
self-programmed
something.
ourselves
You know what I'm saying?
to the virtual reality. We have self-programmed ourselves to the virtual reality. We have plugged ourselves in to the superficial world so much to the point where we are staying plugged in, and what we see, we can't get out of for only so long before we get right back into it again. Because it it, it feels better to stay in this and to imagine more than to get out of this and really see what I need to work on. Because it's time frame. We
Mm-hmm.
aren't longevity thinkers anymore. We are momentarily thinkers. We only want to be in the moment, live as high as we can. We want to overdose in the
Yeah.
moment, in the scene, with attention. We want to overdose in favor and everything without giving anything in return. We don't know
Why
why
do you
we
think
do.
that negative impact makes people feel good? Like that's what everybody
I feel like it
want
also
that. Like,
stems to the fact of the question, why do you think it's a thinking thing? Psychologically, I feel like it's something that a lot of people are lacking, and that comes from who had them. I feel like a lot of people lack abandonment, a lot of people lack reassurance, a lot of people lack abandonment, you
like
know?
kids.
Yeah, a lot of people lack kids, a lot of people lack love,
Yeah, love, yeah.
understanding, so I feel like that nothing is one. I feel like there's a lot of reasons why something is or someone is the way they are. But it's up to them to really say that. Like I say sometimes, like if a person say like, hey man, you angry, and you say like, hey man, I'm not angry, but if angry isn't the word and it's ticked off and it's aggravated, frustrated, then you figure out what word it is, you defined it, and then that's how it works. Because if not, it's like people are so dependent these days just so they can blame it on you because we lack this and we lack that, so it's up to you to fix it instead of me trying to figure out how can I either get you to help me fix it or understand that you are not here to help me fix it and get you out my life. It's easier for me to bring you here knowing that you are a snake, not for me, etc., and then play victim because that still caused me to get attention. We are like fiends for attention. Like I say, we overdose on it. So if it's bad attention, so be it.
You gotta starve them of it, and that's just facts.
So that's the only way. You got to start. We got to start bringing back our energy for ourselves and start recycling it and putting it towards better usage. Because if we don't, it's gonna go to the wrong people that we clichely know are wrong. That we already know contradictingly that are wrong. That's the problem. We doing a lot of things. If it were fabulous, if you knew better, you'll do better. We know better, and I feel like that's what ticks us off so much. But just we don't want to do better because we think it's gonna take so long. We ain't got nobody to root us on. We really ain't gonna root ourselves on
Ain't nothing
consistently.
gonna change.
Yeah, ain't nothing gonna
You know
change
what
or whatever.
I'm saying?
So We might as well just stay like this. It's cool. Like I said, it's a quick high. Like, yeah, man, I'm gonna be great and
Yeah.
everything like that. And then as soon as your gas like low, or as soon as you lost all that. You see what I'm
Right.
saying? You believe in that man, you believe in that woman, and as soon as they don't do something to your expectations, then they like that always been.
So
Then they always
yeah,
gonna
that's
be
why
like this.
people,
And it's
yeah,
like, man, you're not really like a supporter. You're not really a motivator. Because if you knew that, you would get out of there. So why are you still here then? You must be here just so you can cry wolf.
facts.
Yeah, I don't get it.
And I don't have time for that type of energy.
Yeah.
Like I just don't.
And that's why I said that. What I said, last week. I'm gonna do better as a brother, not because I think that you expect that of me, but just because I expect that of myself. Because practice what you preach. If I can't do anything that I'm speaking to you about, I shouldn't be speaking at all. And no matter if I shouldn't be speaking low, I shouldn't be speaking at all. Just because I'm not able to be that yet. We talking a lot, but we're not doing anything. Only because that's superficial is where it's at again. It's easy to play. So I'm going to do better as a brother because that energy is supposed to, if we are naturally connected, get to you to help you do better and anybody else that believes or sees doing better in anything that we doing.
Yeah, that's true.
And I appreciate you for coming. And we're
Sure.
going to continue to do this on Make It Make Sense.
Sure. Yeah, make it make sense,
And we're going to make a lot of things make it make sense.
Sure, bro.
Much love.
Bro. Yeah. Ooh. That's wrong. They could hear. They was hearing us talk.
Huh?
They could hear us.
No, they can't hear us up there, but the phone will.
Yeah.
Yeah, 47 minutes.